So it's monsoon and everyone's eyeing monsoon, and we saw IMD predicting monsoon to be 93%, it downgraded to 88%. What's Skymet's take on it?
When the IMD says 88%, that means they're basically going for drought, because I think they have it's either a below normal or a drought. So there is probability of normal is next to nothing. They have it's 88 plus 5, which would come to about 93, and 88 minus 5 will be 83. So the probabilities are whole and soul below normal and drought. Ours, we are sticking to 102%. Our probabilities are about 49% chance of normal, 25% chance of above normal. There's a chance of excess also. So we are still 82% chance of either normal or above normal, and we are sticking to it. When so far we do not have evidence to believe that we need to revise the forecast. Also, for all those who are watching this, today is the 2nd of June. It is still only the second day of the monsoon. If a revision comes from us, it should probably come sometime in the mid-July. By that time, we would have also been able to look at what's going to happen in August.
Okay, how does El Nino affect monsoon and how it's going to affect monsoon 2015?
You see, 60% of all droughts are El Nino droughts in the history of India. And especially if you take all the last 4 droughts, which is 2, 4, 9, 14, they were all evolving El Nino years, and they were all droughts. Okay. Now, this question keeps on coming to us, that why are we saying that this is, that despite being El Nino year, and last year we had actually gone for a drought, why we are not going for a drought? If I take all this data away, statistically, when we're talking about droughts, when the rainfall should be below 90% of the LPA, back-to-back droughts are very rare. Okay. If I look at since 1873 onwards, there have only been 3 episodes of back-to-back droughts, which were 1904, 85, 65, 66, and I think it's 86, 87, 88. Okay. Now, just the statistical probability of repeated drought is only 3%. That is one reason. Second, when the El Nino continues from the last year, the probability of drought is very low. The way we Indians look at El Nino is different from how the West looks at it. Has been there at least since September 2014. I think it has been there since probably May or June 2014, when we had the drought last year. The difference was that kept on getting aborted. Okay. This year, if you look at region 3.4, which is the Central Pacific that we are most sensitive to, okay, it has been on since September. Now, the Eastern Pacific, okay, is the one that has gotten warm, which is at, I think, 2.4 degrees Celsius the last I saw it. If I look at back-to-back droughts, if I look at El Ninos continuing from last year to this year, statistically, Indian monsoon should not fail. When I mean fail, I mean I don't think there will be a drought. There is still a probability of below normal, which I absolutely submit to. Yes, it's there. But the probability of drought is not as bad, I think, as it is being made out to be. Second, we have been doing a lot of computing for the past 5 to 6 years, okay, and that computing has correlated very well with the monsoon, and which we've proved. In 2012, we said below normal, it was a below normal. 13, we said normal, we said 103, it was 106. In 14, we said below normal, and then drought, it was actually a drought, it was 88. That computing capacity also is not, and we, trust me, we run it 5 times a day, and we've been running this since January, is still showing a normal monsoon. So for all the work that we've put in research and development and all the statistics that we're looking at, we don't think so far that this monsoon is going to fail. And I still stress so far, okay, because data can change, but right now I do not have enough reason to change it. The second thing following this is, which I think people will start talking about in a month's time, if we are right, is the Indian Ocean dipole. The Indian Ocean, okay, is warming up. Now, if you look at the June to August, it is showing that it's going to warm up to plus 0.5. The anomaly is going to cross 0.5 degrees Celsius. That is favorable. That means effectively your oceans are insulating yourself from a negative impact of the El Nino. Theoretically, okay. I think that might be happening. There's no way to put a finger on it, but yes, you look at the data, the oceans are warming up. If it warms up rapidly, great. If it warms up slowly, nobody knows, because it is an evolving IOD. I think this is a scenario which is similar to 1997. Our cards are stacked for the monsoon at 102% of the LPA.
Okay, there were reports that El Nino was devolving earlier. Now there are reports that it's strengthening. Is it going to impact the monsoon, and is Skymet going to alter its stance?
Okay, there are 2 answers to this question. Okay, the first part is we have been saying, and I will accept it, that the El Nino is actually going to devolve. It is a continuing El Nino which will devolve, and it has not happened so. And on that, yes, our calculations are kind of off. That's because some of the raw data sets were not showing that, were actually showing that it would devolve. It is still, if you look at the NCEP data, going to devolve, but probably it's going to devolve later than we thought. Okay. But despite that, okay, we, even if let it, our assumption, our conclusion is, even if it strengthens, okay, the monsoon is still not failing. And we also need to accept that sometimes, like doctors who could figure out things without ultrasound, something is going to happen, you might not be able to put a finger right on the nail on it, but it is the same essence that we are deploying here. I think our machines are showing that monsoon should work. Whatever we can see of June and July, I don't see like something really bad, that if it's not going to rain or you have long number of days that it might fail. And our statistics is also showing that there's a high probability of it actually working out than not working. Our conclusion is that with all the data that is available and all the computing we have done, it seems that it will be a normal monsoon, and we will revise it, yes, but we're sticking to what we're saying without any qualification.
Okay, thanks a lot.